Hey there, and welcome. So if you've ever driven on a big highway, you're probably all too familiar with toll roads. You know, that whole stop-and-go dance of paying a few bucks. But what you probably don't know is that the old-school toll plaza is right in the middle of a massive tech revolution, and it's being powered by some seriously impressive AI. All right, let's get into it.
Oh, we have all been there. You feel that moment of frustration, that sudden merge, the mad scramble for the correct lane. Is it easy pass or cash? And then, of course, the inevitable traffic jam. But these spots aren't just bottlenecks. All that constant weaving and sudden braking makes them real hotspots for accidents. It's a system that feels totally outdated because, well, it is.
So that brings up a really big question, right? What if we could keep the money that pays for our roads, but just get rid of the physical booths, get rid of the traffic jams and the safety hazards that they create?
To really get the solution, we first have to understand just how big the problem is. And it turns out the cost of those old tolls goes way, way beyond the change you toss in the basket.
Let's just start with the price tag to build one of these things. We're talking more than $500,000 for a single toll lane. Yeah, that's for all the sensors, the cameras, the computers, the whole infrastructure, and that's before you even start paying to maintain it.
The problems just stack up. I mean, beyond that insane cost. These systems are notoriously tricky. Bad weather, like rain or snow, can completely throw off the sensors, and that leads to errors and lost money. And by their very design, they create congestion. And as we just saw, the jumble of hardware and all the sudden lane changes make for genuinely dangerous driving conditions.
Look at this thing. It's like a Frankenstein's monster of tech just bolted onto a steel beam. You've got specialized cameras, illuminators, RFID readers, and a bunch of other sensors. And every single one needs to be installed, fine-tuned, and maintained. This right here is the core of the problem. It's incredibly complex, wildly expensive, and just waiting to break.
But all that complexity is exactly what new technology is designed to fix. So that brings us to the next generation of tolling, one that imagines a world where you can pay your toll without ever even thinking about your brake pedal.
The whole concept is called all-electronic tolling, or AET. And the idea behind it is actually pretty simple. Get rid of the booths, get rid of the cash, and just handle everything electronically while cars are flying by at full speed. No more backups, no more lane change panic, just a smooth, easy drive.
And, wow, the difference is just night and day. On the left, you've got the old way, a cluttered mess of expensive, specialized hardware for every single lane. And on the right, the future, a clean, simple gantry. The goal is to do everything that clunky old system did, and honestly even more, but with way, way less equipment. The big question is, how?
Well, the answer, as you probably guessed, is artificial intelligence. We're about to see how a new kind of computer vision can replace a $500,000 lane of hardware with just one single intelligent camera.
Okay, so here's the breakdown of how it all works. First, one camera grabs a video of traffic whizzing by. Then, a super powerful AI analyzes that video in real time. Now, it doesn't just see a car, it instantly identifies the vehicle, pinpoints the license plate, and even spots the individual wheels. Next, two things happen at the exact same time. A specialized program built to read text deciphers the license plate, while another clever algorithm uses where the wheels are to count the number of axles. And finally, all that info, plate number, axle count, time, gets bundled up and sent off for billing. And this all happens in the blink of an eye. And here you can actually see the AI doing its thing. Those green boxes, no human drew those. The algorithm generated them. It's correctly spotting the license plate and counting 2 axles on each car, all while they're moving at highway speeds. The performance is just incredible. We're talking 98.5% accuracy on reading the plate and over 94% on counting the axles.
And this is where the comparison just gets stunning. The new AI model isn't just a little bit better, it's a quantum leap forward. It's more accurate at finding the plate, it's more accurate at reading the letters and numbers, and it's more accurate at counting the axles. But here's the real kicker, it does all of this while cutting the hardware cost by 90%. From over $500,000 down to just $50,000. It is simply better in every single way.
So, okay, this tech is cheaper and it's more accurate. But what does that actually mean for you, the person behind the wheel? And, what are the potential downsides?
First up, let's talk about the money. And this isn't just theory. A study in New Hampshire looked at what it would take to replace the tolls at just 3 locations. Sticking with the older, clunkier system would cost over $38 million. Switching to a fully electronic AET system, $24 million.
That's a savings of over $14 million for taxpayers. Real money.
All right, next, let's talk safety. This is huge. A major study on toll roads down in Florida found that switching from traditional toll plazas to all-electronic tolling led to a 76% average drop in crashes. Just think about that for a second. Getting rid of the booths makes the roads dramatically safer for all of us.
And the benefits just keep on coming. AET systems make traffic flow smoother, which means less time stuck in backups. And that, in turn, means less fuel wasted just idling and then speeding up again. One estimate from Massachusetts projected that their switch to AET would save drivers up to 875,000 gallons of gasoline every single year. That's good for your wallet, and it's good for the environment.
But of course, all of this leads to a very important and totally valid question. If we're putting all these high-resolution cameras everywhere to read every single license plate, what does that mean for our privacy?
This has actually been a major focus for lawmakers. To deal with these concerns, there are specific state laws, like this one from New Hampshire, that strictly limit what this data can be used for. The answer is toll collection, and nothing else. The data is confidential, it's not for sale to other companies, and the cameras are even angled to avoid capturing people's faces inside the car. Plus, if you really want more anonymity, transponder accounts can often be set up without being tied to your personal information.
So, with these clear benefits for safety, efficiency, and cost, and with strong privacy protections being put in place, where does all this technology go from here?
Well, this isn't some niche idea. This is the future. Experts are projecting that the market for these video-based tolling systems is going to absolutely explode in the next few years, growing almost 7 times bigger by the end of the decade. Those toll plazas you see today, they're quickly becoming a thing of the past.
And the innovation is definitely not stopping. The next evolution is already in the works. Instead of just counting axles, future systems are going to use tech like LiDAR to create a full 3D profile of a vehicle. This will let them classify cars, trucks, and buses with even better accuracy, all without needing any sensors in the road itself.
Which really brings us to our final thought. This technology gives us a faster, safer, cheaper, and greener commute. It's a clear win. But it's also part of a much bigger trend of our public spaces becoming more connected and more intelligent. So the real question for the future is this. As our world gets smarter, what's the right balance we need to strike between amazing convenience and our own personal privacy? That's a conversation we're all going to be a part of. Thanks for tuning in.